What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Tales of Berseria. I'm Joshua Jericho. We have brought back Medusa to the Titania Island. You can see her talking to Karaoke, the child demon thing. Yeah, we brought a family together. A family that wasn't originally a family and really isn't actually technically a family, and you know what? Just whatever. Now it's time to go do other things. Like find out what horrible stories Grimm has deciphered from the Book of Children's Stories. We'll keep an eye on Karaoke. You head on over to the Watchtower and talk to Grimoire. Is it alright if I stay here and live with you for a while? Oh, sure. You can live here for longer than a while if you want. Thank you, Karaoke. Yes, I'm just calling her Karaoke now because I can't say her actual name and I'm tired of pretending like I can say her name. Kamo wa my name in Omakumamana Karoki Karamono. I don't know. Coffee Bean. Coffee Bean, that's a good name. Maybe I should start calling her Coffee Bean. I'm gonna call her Coffee Bean from now on. Could you leave me be for a moment? I don't want anyone to see me cry. Aww. This is making me miss my own late mother. Mothers are truly great beings. They stand higher than any king. Unless they're the queen, then they come second. Unless it's a kingdom that allows them to come first. And then they can go first. So it's kind of a mixed bag. It could be either one. Dude, I'm so calling her Coffee Bean from now on. She kind of looks like a coffee bean in a horrible, demented, monstrous child way. So she doesn't really look like a coffee bean at all, but I don't care. We're still calling her that. I'm a terrible person.
Hey, do you all have mothers?
Where'd that question come from?
Well, after hearing that Velvet, Kamawana, and Eleanor all lost their parents, I just got curious.
My mother was a strict, frightening woman, but she died a long time ago.
I see.
I have no parents either, but the wicked witch who took me in said I was born from a peach that floated down the river.
Coming from you, I'd almost believe that.
And you, Eisen?
We Malakim are formed from untainted mana. Sometimes humans are reborn as Malakim, but they retain no memory of their previous lives. In other words, we don't have blood relations like humans do.
I see. By the time I was aware of anything around me, I was already tethered and being called number 2. I suppose having no mother means I don't have any memories before that. I told Medusa that losing a mother is painful, but I can't know how painful it is.
Go easy on him, Eisen. He's just a kid.
I'm just telling it like it is. But listen to me, Laphicet. You can share deep connections with other people, even if you don't have a biological family. Malakim, too, can form precious bonds. True friendships, even family.
That's right. Your words wouldn't have stopped Medusa if they weren't true in your heart.
You really think so?
I'm sure of it.
It's far better than being a witch born from a peach.
Nonsense! There's no nobler way to be born! I have an everlasting friendship with a dog, a monkey, a pheasant, and Bienfu.
I hope he's right.
A dog, a pheasant, a monkey, and a Bienfu. Okay, so that actually brings up some really intriguing questions. My first question is, does that mean Laffy number 2 is actually Laffy number 1? Can they can be reborn as where is she at? She said Watchtower, right? Okay, well anyway, one of these is a Watchtower and the other one's a Watchtower, so we'll go to one and see if she's there. I got the right one. Nope, maybe not.
It's all thanks to you the construction of our hideout is proceeding so smoothly.
About that retractable ventilation shutter. Please, let me make a new one.
What? Why? We already installed it and it works just fine.
It's the hinges. When they move, it makes this unbearable squeak. I can hear it every time the wind blows.
Oh, come on, that's nothing. Besides, anything we install is going to rust up once the sea breeze gets to it. More importantly, I'd love it if you made us a nice big pot and a frying pan too.
Not happening. I can't focus with that incessant squeaking. I can't work under these conditions.
Fine. You can make a new shutter. But make us a pot and pan while you're at it.
Can I also fix that autonomous hunter-killer anti-personnel spinning blade engine I made the other day?
That too? But you said you were satisfied with how it turned out.
I was at first, but when I thought about it, I realized I forgot to install an off switch. So, can I fix it?
God, yes! Fix it before it kills us all!
Great. Okay. Shutter first, then...
Spinning death machine first!
What? What? Why is he making a spinning death machine in the first place? That just, for some reason, really struck me funny. Like, I don't... It's so out of place for this game in general. That's hilarious. Kurgane, you are quite unusual, inside and out. I mean, you're empty, but you're got humanity. Well, you're a demon, but still. This is so confusing. A man's body and soul may vanish, but he lives on through his craft. It's one of the wonders of life, even for me. Oh my goodness. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, Laffy. Can Laffy 1 and 2... Can Laffy and Fee be the same person? Maybe that's going to be interesting, is... So far we have... Laffy's personality was born out of being given the name Laffy. Or Fee's personality was born out of being given the name Laffy set, right? So... And he's continued to grow. I mean, that's the reason Velvet even, like, took him in, sort of, right? So, in that sense, sure. But then, from there, you kind of have to consider, like, okay, so, I'm so bad at that thing. You have to consider, like, okay, so, could he be this? It was only 7 years. And Malcolm, I mean, who knows, right? But Laffy's really young for Malcolm, right? So it's entirely possible. He doesn't remember anything. But you would think Arturius would have known that it was Laffy. Wouldn't you? I would have. Well, that's going to go to the wrong... Well, let's find out. Maybe it doesn't go the wrong thing. Maybe I'm going the right way. Wow, I get lost in here a lot. Anyway, so that's one thing. Then the other thing was, I wonder if any of... Yeah, this is totally the wrong place. Did I never open that cat box? I opened this cat box, right? I never opened this cat box. Cursed you cats! Dadgummit. I'm never gonna have enough cat spirit. Yeah, only got 189 right now. The other thing I was gonna wonder is, what happens to any of these characters, Eleanor in particular, who is the only definite human that we have. I mean, I'm assuming once you're a demon, you're not gonna get reborn as a Malcolm. Okay, it's definitely not that way. That goes to the prison. So... I wonder if that means that maybe Eleanor is reborn in Systeria someplace and I don't know it. Or we don't know it yet. Could be. Who knows? Man, who knows? This game... Crazy. Maybe there'll be another game before this in which we get to play Eisen as a human being before he was the Reaper Malcolm. I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna go that route. But what if they did? Would that be cool or not? What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't know if I want to go a third time down this route. Although I loved the second trip. Sestria didn't really get as much into it, but this third trip, or not third trip, this second trip has been very wonderful. Definitely digging that.
You said that Malakim can have familial ties, but what makes you and your sister siblings if you're not related by blood?
Well, a very long time ago, I was born into this world from an Earth Pulse point up on a sacred mountain. I remained in that place for a long while, and then one day, she was born from the very same Earth Pulse point. Before we knew it, we had wound up living together under the same roof.
Are two Malakim always siblings if they come from the same Earth Pulse point?
No. The other Malakim were born there, but I never felt like they were my family. But something, I don't know what, was different with her. If she was sad, I'd feel sad. And if I was happy, she'd be happy too. She can be abrasive, but when she smiles, it's like nothing else. I swore to myself that whatever happened, I would protect her. I made a pendant from a stone on that sacred mountain and gave it to her as a lucky charm. Of course, she just wears it as a necklace.
And your pendant? Did she give that to you?
She had the same idea I had. She made the pendant herself and gave it to me as a good luck charm. Without either of us having mentioned a word of it beforehand, we each gave each other pendants in the same shape on the very same day. That's when I really knew that what I had felt all along was true. We were brother and sister.
Is that her in the picture?
Yeah. It's a self-portrait she drew for me on the day I left home.
Did you draw her a picture of yourself?
No. I don't exactly have an artistic side.
Well, I'm sure that if you looked inside her pendant, you'd find a portrait of the person who matters most to her.
I hope so.
Yeah, and it would be nice if it was you.
Magilu always with that kind of jazz. She's so mean. But that actually answered the third question I had, which I didn't get around to, which was him and his sister. Now, going back to what I just said a minute ago about would it be interesting to play a third game in which we get to play Aizen's history? And unless they answered that in this game, now I kind of want to, because maybe we could play the story of Aizen and his sister together in their own story as a prequel to this stuff, and find out about, because it sounds like he was connected to her before they both became Malakim. So maybe they were brother and sister before that. Wouldn't that be an interesting story? Knock, knock, guys that made Tales of Berseria. Just a thought. You could make that game. I would be okay with that. Alright, time to find out the terror of the children's stories.
Ah, there you two are.
Hi, teacher. Have you made progress deciphering the book?
I have indeed. It turns out there was a second counting song. I've already transcribed it. Would you read it aloud for us, child?
Okay. When the 8 malevolences overflow, in the culmination of mankind's despair, Innominat will bring an end to all peoples and restore them to time immemorial. 4 Empyreans shall wield a wrathful sword and cleave the great devourer, 2 asunder to sleep beneath the earth, as scarlet moonlight illuminates the evil. The nameless Empyrean hath one heart. The nameless Empyrean hath one body.
Oh, yet more delightful material to keep us awake at night.
If I'm understanding this right, it's discussing the specific nature of Innominat? That's what I believe, yes. When the 8 malevolences overflow in the culmination of mankind's despair, Innominat will bring an end to all peoples.
So, when the world is at peak malevolence, Innominat will use that power to bring an end to all. Is that it?
He's going to wipe out all of humanity?
Is that what the Abbey is after? Is that why they've been trying to bring back Innominat?
No, Artorias is not that kind of man. His 2 primary ideals are the many over one, and the restoration of order through will and reason. He sacrificed Laufey to protect this world, not to eradicate it.
You mean that's who he is as far as you know, yeah? People change, Velvet. Perhaps the shepherd gave up hope. Maybe he lost faith in mankind. Fools prone to sin, endlessly generating malevolence.
He's not like that. If that's all true, then what point was there in Laffy's death?
Is there anything else in that book?
Yes and no. This copy itself is incomplete. There ought to be further pages, but they're missing. For now, I've done all I can.
There must be an original somewhere, right?
Without it, I doubt the Abbey would be plotting Inominat's revival. We can be sure they have complete understanding of their Empyrean's nature.
But this was the only copy in the royal villa. If the original is out there, who knows where it could be?
It's getting pretty late. Why don't we call it a day?
Yeah, let's get some rest.
See, and you thought the children's book about everybody going to the bathroom was bad? This is terrifying. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and head to the next Earth Pulse point. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and point back to a while ago when I mentioned, a long while ago now, when I mentioned that maybe Arturius was empowering Anomia with the belief that people were, either he believes that people, that it's going to end malevolence, or he knows that it's going to end the world, and maybe it's like his justification, if the many outweigh the one, like maybe the only way to end malevolence is to end all humanity. It could be entirely his idea. Interesting. Pirates may be lax when it comes to morals, but at least they do their work properly. We're all literally in the same boat. Your life is in everyone's hands, and their lives are in yours. It's a simple sort of fate. We don't obey rules written down in some book, we follow the law of the sea. It actually sounds more troublesome overall. Binfu, what's even under that hat? That's a very inappropriate thing to ask a Norman. Where do you get off being so rude, eh? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Sirokru, why don't you speak in these and thous? Seems like it'd suit your character. Just not my style, I guess. Why do you speak the way you do? Ah, that's a very inappropriate thing to ask a witch. Did no one teach you basic manners? Sorry, I had no idea. So basically it's the same conversation. It's kind of funny.
Hey, Laviset! Medessa let me sleep in her bed last night. She's warm for a snake lady. That's great. She's gonna help me take a bath now. You should come join us too. What? I couldn't. It's okay. I don't mind at all.
Hey, Kamoana. Did you know? Dial started to grow a brand new tail.
Wow, really? I want to see.
He's up at the observation tower.
Let's go see. Medessa, you too.
All right. But don't run, or you'll trip.
Thanks, Eleanor. I appreciate it.
Having some girl trouble, my little Malik?
I'm just glad Kamawana and Medissa are starting to feel better.
Yeah, they both still have a long way to go, but it's such a relief to see them smiling.
We've got bigger things to worry about. Hurry up and locate the next Earth Pulse point.
Right. Okay.
Must you always be so blunt, Velvet?
I must, in fact. We're up against the Abbey here, and sooner or later they'll find this place.
That's true, but still.
Do we go find another hideout?
No, we'll keep on the offensive. We'll capture the remaining Therians before the Abbey finds us.
As a swordsman, I can respect that mindset.
I'm not so sure we could hold this place anyway.
We've got no obligation to.
I found another Earth Pulse point.
It's in the eastern part of Eastgand, I think.
But that's... All right. We're headed for Eastgand.
Then our first stop should be Port Taliesin.
Grimoire always looks like she never wants to do any work, but despite all her grumbling, when she starts a job, she gets it done. And quickly, too. She's frank, but she still takes care not to say anything to hurt anyone's feelings. I have to say, I like that in a woman. It's charming.
Well, sorry if I'm inconsiderate and charmless then.
I didn't mean it like that. You're all still so young and have led different lives. Can't fault you for being you.
Well, if you're saying we lack a certain air of maturity, I might not disagree.
That's for sure. It's true Lord Artorias has scolded my lack of composure at times.
Although I do get the impression that Grimoire has been dependable like that since she was young.
And it's a good impression at that. Old Grim's been that way since the day she was born. I hate to admit it, but her combination of insightful words and deadpan expression has charmed the hearts of many a Moloch. At her peak, she had a fan club 8,848 members strong, and her dinner shows would sell out the day the tickets went on sale. Malakim came by the droves to doze off listening to her live readings of ancient books.
Wow! I had no idea she was so popular.
Yeah, she's even a regular feature in Who's Who Among Norman.
Now that I think about it, I could see how a person could interpret her lethargy as patience and her vague dispassion as maturity and poise. Compared to her, I'm just...
Were you just trying to imitate her?
No, I didn't mean to.
Whether you meant to or not, that kind of felt like her just now. I can see it in you, waiting to be awakened. That sophisticated charm.
Me? Sophisticated and charming? I don't know.
Try talking like her. You know how she lets her sentences trail off. This is your make-or-break moment here.
All right. I think I know what you mean. Here goes nothing. Oh... What do you think, Laphicet? Do I sound like her?
It feels a little off, but you're definitely doing it. I think. Aw, you don't have to grow up, Madam Eleanor. You're cute just the way you are.
You stay out of this, Bienfu!
When mankind's despair reaches its pinnacle, Innominat shall reach out and bring an end to all.
So that song bothers you too?
No matter how many times I read it, I don't see any good in it.
Understanding that ancient tongue is difficult, right? Perhaps there's another interpretation? Maybe the end to all actually means an end to all human suffering, for example.
That is a possibility. But we're far too lacking in material to know anything for sure.
We need the other half of that book, or some other text on Innominat.
We don't have the time to search for it. Wouldn't even know where to start looking.
And don't forget that that book is just a copy. Whoever transcribed it might have made an error, too.
That's an unexpectedly sharp insight coming from you.
I'm an expert at errors. When Miss Magilu made me copy magic tomes for her, I did it pretty half-heartedly.
Didn't that cause a lot of problems?
Well, when she tried to cast a spell from one of the tomes, the spell exploded in her face. It's really her own fault, though. She told me to copy 100 books in 3 days! That's impossible!
Oh, how cruel!
Cruel is right! That witch is a real devil, I tell you! A slave driver!
Bienfu, let's go somewhere a little more private, shall we?
Miss Magilu!
Hush now. There's no need to worry. I'll make it a half-hearted punishment. Not that I really care, but who ended up winning the fishing competition when we were trying to catch a Therian?
Man, that was a while ago. I lost because I came away with nothing.
No, it was a draw. As I'm sure everyone remembers, all I fished up were octopus demons. We were competing over who would catch the Therian. Demons didn't count, so my score was 0-2.
No, the loss is mine, and I'm not giving it to you.
That's not just something you can up and decide like that. In fact, by fishing up those octopus demons, I put everyone in danger. That should count for negative points. I lost.
Who cares? It was all in fun.
I care. Every competition must have a winner and a loser, no matter what. That's just how I see it.
Yeah, I'm with Eisen on this one. It doesn't do anyone any good to make the final results murky.
I can't believe I'm going to do this. Eisen, your curse would mean that the odds were stacked against you from the start. That doesn't make for a fair competition, does it?
Yeah, she's got a good point. We'll just have to settle the score some other way.
What can you guys do? Play cards? Chess? What?
Cards are a no-go for me. I'll just end up drawing jokers.
And I can play shogi, but I don't know chess.
Then what about arm wrestling? Would that work?
Whoa, whoa! Having a demon and a Moloch clasp hands is just asking for trouble with malevolence.
You're both adults, so why not a drinking contest?
That's it. If we have a drinking contest, we'll be able to compete on an even playing field.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. I'll have the crew bring out the drinks.
Well, that's one way of resolving it, I suppose.
Whatever gets it done. I'm not gonna complain.
If you guys are gonna have a drinking contest, you're gonna need some tasty snacks to go with all that alcohol, right?
Definitely. Let's go out and fish us some snacks.
Yeah, let's take out the little boat. We can even pick up where we left off our fishing competition.
Didn't we just figure out he can't really fish?
We were just about to finally resolve this mess. Why'd you have to go and stick your nose into it?
What? Why are you yelling at me? I didn't do anything wrong! The end!
Okay, so that was a lot. Let's cover real quick. Bien Phu and that cutscene standing down here while they were all talking. That makes me think he's a spying on us. Like, meaning he's might be telling Artorias or the Abbey, although his connections would be Eleanor and Magilou. But he could still be spying on us. He does seem to be the one character that has the least reason to follow along. It doesn't seem like it's enough just to say that he's doing it for Magilou's sake, because he really doesn't like Magilou, and Eleanor's not really being particularly fond to him at the moment either, so I'm not sure about that. Seemed kind of wish-washy. I don't know, I don't trust him necessarily. But, that said, we're going to find some interesting stuff out. That children's book is definitely one thing, and we also are, I think, setting to Eastgand, right? Yeah, so we're setting sail for Eastgand, which is, where I think, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, or if I've deduced right, that's where Velvet's from. I bet we're going to go find out Laphicet's spot is actually where the Earth Pulse thing is. Does that mean that the original idea was to turn Laphicet into a Therian? I don't think so. I don't know. This is really interesting. I think we're about to get some really good answers. Or some really insane questions. One or the other. And I'm not super picky. So, we'll find out then. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time when we go find them out.